Good morning and welcome to Sport This Morning. I'm Cecilia Amogbe.
A very good morning to you. My name is Yemi Adebayo. It gives us so much pleasure to welcome you to the show this morning.
Yeah, definitely. Let's get started with the show. Of course, right now we're going to what's happening with the under-20 national team, talking about the women, the four corners. Of course, they will know their opponents today as the draws for the under-20 Women's World Cup in Papua New Guinea will take place this evening.
Also talking about football, classic night of European football yesterday. Barcelona demolished Arsenal 5-1 on aggregate. And of course, Bayern Munich came back from 2 goals down at the Allianz Arena to beat Juventus 4-2. Classic night of football in the UEFA Champions League.
Yes, on Tuesday night, there was actually no goals. They had to go into penalties for us to see one little bit of goals. It was more like a boring night. And last night, it was all fire from the beginning till the end. Both games, well, so many goals were scored. The one that was actually really wonderful was the one between Bayern Munich and Juve.
Yeah, and he went against all what all the bookies were saying, all the bookmakers. Everybody thought it was going to be easy for Bayern. I would have been surprised if Bayern crashed out anyway. But 2 goals up, I didn't see it coming. I just didn't see it coming. When I discovered that the Italians were 2 goals ahead, I thought it was a joke. I had to confirm. But thanks to Thomas Muller, Robert Lewandowski got Bayern back.
And the 2 super sub he did, I think Pep Guardiola is definitely the man.
Yeah, I think
he's the man.
I think he is.
Okay, before we'll get back to the Champions League much later on the program. Well, let's talk about the 4 corners. Of course, what's going to be happening today. The under-20 team, they will know the opponents, the teams they will be playing today, because the draws will be done today by FIFA at 6:30 p.m. That's Zurich time, the home of FIFA. That's where it's going to be taking place. It will be the 8th edition of the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. Of course, it's taking place at Papua New Guinea between November 13th and 3rd of December this year. For the 4 corners, of course, they've appeared in almost all the editions,
actually.
But at the end of the day, they're yet to win it.
They've lost 2 finals to Germany. The 8th edition of the competition, Nigeria and 15 other teams will know their opponents today. And we're hoping that our dominance on the African scene will be translated to the global scene. That's what we're expecting. And we also hope that since we've lost the final twice to Germany, maybe we'll just go one better
than that.
this time. But like you said, in Zurich, later this evening, we will know who our opponents are. Then of course we'll take it from there. You'll
definitely take it from there. And once the opponents are known, I think Nigeria can start preparations. Well, usually it's not possible, but they can actually start doing something, try to play more friendlies, so that when they get to that crucial stage to just cross it, gives it a notch higher, get to win the title for the very first time. They can become the first African country to do that. I know it is possible with the 4 corners if preparations is done on time, and also if they just have a technical crew that will stay with them till the game would start. Okay, from that one on quickly to squash. What's happening there? I mean, the Lagos Classic, they hold the International Classic they hold last year, but this year there's something that's coming up. 32 countries featuring.
Yeah, the best players, the 2 best players across the country will be taking part. And this one at the Teslim Balogun is another installment in all of the classics that Lagos State is putting together, and it makes you happy because that you get a chance for stars to be developed, groomed, and nurtured to stardom. And of course, there's a prize money as well. Yeah, $4,000. That's 1.2 million naira expected to be shared among the top players for the classics. And the top 16 men have been drawn against each other, and as well for the ladies. Some other categories in that one as well, and we're hoping always. I'm always rooting for my people. I'm always hoping that when a competition like this takes place, we're able to discover talents. Because there are some sports in Nigeria that you have just maybe 1 or 2 competitions in the calendar year, and so when those competitions take place, you expect that the athletes will take take the chance, take advantage of it, and from there use it as a springboard to develop. The prize money is good, but the chance to compete
is what is more important.
Yeah,
the money is just like an incentive or maybe something for them to take home, but not really. The essence is really not the money. The essence is the ability for them to compete, because last year they couldn't host the international classics. And this one is just going to feature only players in Nigeria across the country, 32 of them. I think it's
rest
also
assured
a good
that
one.
the winner is going to be in Nigeria. We also hear that the top seeds are Wale Amo and Yemisi.
Top seed for this one.
So maybe we'll just write those names somewhere. We can monitor their progress in the days and years to come.
So maybe we need to ask Sonia Akindele, that's talking about the chairman of the Lagos State Squash Association, if they're still going to have the international classics. If they're having this one, maybe the international classic might hold much later in the year, or they will not have that.
Yeah, I think it's something that needs to be clarified as well. So we know.
Because I prefer the international classics, because the opportunity for players to actually compete with other players across the globe, it's always, they always get that chance for them to meet other top players across the globe, for them to be able to compete in major tournaments like this. Now, another thing that got us talking also is the fact that Stanislas Wawrinka, he's out of the Indian World Tournament. I mean, he was saying something like, well, he doesn't know why he lost. Maybe he wasn't just focused. That's the reason he lost.
I don't know. Interesting matches there as well. He lost to Daniel Goffin, the Belgian, and I don't understand. I'm lost for words as well as to why Stanislas lost. But these guys are not machines, and they can't win all the time.
Okay.
It's an upset, yes, but of course you can't win all the time. But the guys that are true to the quarterfinals, you have Milos Raonic. He's going to be playing Gael Monfils. And of course, Marian Cilic as well will be playing Daniel Goffin. Daniel Goffin that defeated Stanislas Wawrinka. Milos Raonic is here because he defeated Thomas Berdych. And you also have Joe Wilfred Tsonga, Kenny Shikori, Novak Djokovic, and Rafael Nadal. All of them to the quarterfinal. Okay,
I mean, losing in straight set 6-3, 5-7, 7-6. Not a good one for him, where he said he didn't know. Quite simple, no, he doesn't know why he lost. He gets to prepare for the next big one, the French Open.
Okay. Okay. Like we always do, we want to bring you to everything that we're doing. We want you to participate. We want you just to speak your thoughts out loud so that it can be read. So we'll go to our feedback mechanism, just in case you're joining us for the first time. What you have on screen is how you can be a part of what we're doing here on Channels Television, talking about sports this morning. You can, of course, give your opinion on issues raised on this program through the following mechanisms. You can do that. Sports This Morning, you can send us a mail at sportsthismorning@channelstv.com. On Facebook, it is channels-sports. And on Twitter, it is channels_sports. And we promise to, take your feedback this morning, read your tweets and all of the messages that you are sending to us. So just keep it coming as we go on the show. We will read all of that to you.
Yeah, definitely, of course. What we're discussing, we're talking about the four cornets. They'll know their opponents today. Of course, what happened last night, the UEFA Champions League, where the final 8 is complete. So they will know who is going to play each other by Friday. And also, we'll be talking taekwondo also on the show. For a while, we haven't talked about it, but we'll be speaking to Chika Chukwumerije this morning. He's going to tell us what the plans they're having for the kids this year. So much plans. And of course, the China's National Kids Cup. It's another topic we're discussing today. Entry is still on. And all of that. We'll also be talking about, the tennis that's going in Pretoria in South Africa. Nigerian tennis players. Only one player left in the singles event, but in the doubles, they're still there. Michael Oshewa, of course, causing another upset yesterday. The coach will definitely be talking to us from Pretoria, South Africa this morning. Yemi, talking about the Channels National Kids Cup, of course, Austin, the likes, all of them have actually, they're going around the state in order to see how they can ginger most of the state to be part of it and everything, and doing everything possible to ensure that this year's own is going to be very, very wonderful. They're actually calling for entries and states that want to participate, but right now, the major entries is coming from the one in Lagos State. The Lagos preliminaries is starting in April, and of course, call for entries from Lagos schools. You can actually read the rules and regulations on www.channelstv.com. Application form
that is very key.
Free.
That is very key. Underline the word free.
free. So
Yeah.
deadline for application
Just in case
is
you come across some
31st
dubious,
of this month.
people.
That is it, and the
It
draw
is free. Yeah.
will take place April 11th for that. And of course, action will commence from April 19th through the 22nd, and the finalists will represent Lagos at the national trials. So it's on, it's
Yes.
big, it's better, is the 8th edition of the channel's National Kids Cup.